Aging isn't about slowing down, it's about stepping into your power. Welcome to Don't Let the Old Lady In, the podcast where we challenge outdated beliefs about getting older and embrace wellness, self-love, and confidence. Your host is Lori Gardner, a registered nurse and nationally board-certified health and wellness coach, and she is your guide on this journey to vibrant, mindful living. Each episode will explore topics that nourish your mind, body, and spirit, and how to navigate health issues in the healthcare system as you age, so you can live with energy, purpose, and joy. Let's get started. Here's your host, Lori Gardner. Welcome back, ladies, to Don't Let the Old Lady In podcast. Today, I'm talking about atomic habits and aging well, why small choices shape your health, your confidence, and your future. Ladies, have you ever said to yourself, I know what I should be doing, so why can't I stick with it? Oh my gosh, this time of year, ladies, people are throwing out goals and intentions and New Year's resolutions like crazy, right? I talked last week about taking January and just pondering where your foundation is, where your awareness is, what do you want to do, and take your time and prepare for any changes you want to make. But sometimes it's hard to stick to a habit, isn't it? So this episode is for you. I'm going to help you with this, because here's the truth most women were never taught. Your future health is not built by big dramatic changes. It's built quietly, daily, through habits you barely notice. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. I want to share a powerful framework from James Clear, who's the author of Atomic Habits. If you haven't read that book, it is fantastic. And this aligns beautifully with what I see every day as a nurse, a wellness coach, and a woman walking this midlife journey myself. It's not about discipline, it's not about willpower, and it's definitely not about perfection. It's about understanding why habits work, and why so many women blame themselves when the system was never designed for them in the first place. Here's a big idea for you. Goals don't change lives, systems do. Most women can clearly tell me their health goals. They want more energy, they want to feel strong in their bodies again, they want peace in their minds, they want to age with confidence instead of fear. But here's what determines whether these goals happen or not. Your habits, your systems, your defaults. Research shows that nearly half of our daily behavior is automatic. That means you are not deciding your life every day. You're repeating it. I just heard Joe Dispenza talk about we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts each day, every day. And 80 to 90% of them are the same ones we thought the day before. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. But this is where atomic habits become so powerful. James Clear teaches that habits don't form because we suddenly become motivated. They form because our environment, our identity, and systems quietly guide us. And when we understand this, everything changes. So I'm hoping, ladies, this sets you up, another thing to set you up for a fantastic 2026. That's what January is all about for me, and hopefully to help you with as well. So what are the 4 laws of habit change? The what, not the how. I'm going to walk you through the framework, not tactics, not step-by-step instructions, but the why behind what actually sticks, especially for women in midlife and beyond. Habits must be obvious. If something blends into the background of your life, your nervous system ignores it. Your brain is always conserving energy. It follows cues, not intentions, cues. This is why so many women say, I forget, or I fall off track. Listen, it's not failure, it's biology. The habits that shape your health are the ones your environment quietly reminds you to do without force. So habits first must be obvious. Second, habits must be attractive. We repeat what feels good, period. This is especially important for women who spent decades doing things for everyone else. If a habit feels like punishment, restriction, or obligation, your body will resist it, even if your mind understands the logic. Your social environment matters here too, ladies. who you're surrounded by, what feels normal, what feels supported. That is why community is not a nice bonus for change. It is often the missing piece. Another little selfless plug, which is why I'm starting a women's sacred wellness group so that we can cement in habits, or more importantly, support each other in the road we're traveling and how we're going to get what we want to get done. So number 3 is habits. First I said habits must be obvious. Then 2 is habits must be attractive. 3 is habits must be easy. Not easy because you're weak, easy because you're human. Most women try to change their entire identity overnight. New routines, new rules, new expectations. And then they feel discouraged when it collapses. Too much too soon. Right, ladies? Sustainable change begins with what your nervous system can tolerate today only. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence builds identity. And identity sustains habits. So ladies, I'm always saying small steps over time create big change. I like to think of, looking at your identity. If you want to identify yourself this year, are you the woman that wants to be the one that doesn't eat as much? I'm not talking about diets. Like, you're the woman that can go out to dinner, and you're going to identify with this woman that can go out to dinner and not have the bread. Just create an identity for yourself. Maybe something in a relationship. I'm that woman who uses her heart more. But really, that identity is really important, and do in small steps. The 4th thing is habits must be satisfying. Your brain needs evidence that something is working. And that satisfaction doesn't always come from numbers on a scale or the lab results right away. Sometimes it's just feeling calmer in your body because you decided one small habit you're going to do in 2026 is, okay, maybe you don't meditate, but maybe one step towards meditation would be, I'm going to get up with my cup of coffee and for 5 minutes read a quick prayer or inspiration and do 1 minute to 2 minutes of deep breathing. I guarantee you're going to feel calmer in your body in a few weeks if you do that every day. It could be that you're going to work on sleeping more deeply. Creating some sleep hygiene habits that help you sleep better. Or it could be just feeling more at home in yourself because you're honoring yourself more. Simple things, but it's going to feel good and it's going to be satisfying. Could be enjoying your body instead of fighting it. Like, accept the body where it is and honor it and use it to the best you can, and really just not fight it. Just work with it. When a habit aligns with pleasure, peace, or self-trust, it becomes self-reinforcing. So if you can get to the point where you can get a little pleasure out of a habit, get some peace out of a habit, trust yourself that you're going to do this one small, easy thing, one breathing episode every morning, that everything takes less than 5 minutes, you might be pretty astounded at what can change. So breaking bad habits, we also have to break bad habits, don't we, ladies? Not always fun to talk about, is it? But I'm going to talk to you about why willpower fails. Breaking habits isn't about being stronger. It's about understanding that habits thrive when they're visible, easy, attractive, and rewarding. And they fade when these conditions disappear. This is especially relevant when we talk about sleep disruption, constant stimulation, doom scrolling, living in fight and flight. Midlife women don't need more rules. They need systems that support their nervous system. So we need to, that's why I say, if there's one thing you do in 2026, get that breathing on board. Because a lot of our issues, there's a whole nother podcast, relates to our nervous system. We hold on to cortisol. That creates belly fat. On and on and on and on, what this nervous system can do if it's not in a calm state. So that's really important. Breathing really does reset your nervous system. So again, try and make these habits attractive, pleasurable, easy. I guarantee if you do that breathing in the morning, you're going to feel better. And, we can go over all sorts of other habits as well to do that with. So why does this all matter? Why do these atomic habits and these small steps and making these habits, pleasurable and a system set up to do it, how does that work with aging well? Well, let's be clear. Aging well is not about fighting time. It's about aligning your daily life with who you are becoming. Really. We're not fighting time. You can, but you're not going to age well with that. You want to align your daily life with somebody you are becoming. That lighthearted, younger feeling identity, the one that has the power over food, the one that has this good feeling when they go for a nature walk. Habits really do shape our metabolism, our muscle mass, our cognition, our hormones, our confidence level, our sense of purpose. So if we do habits right, this is what we can improve. Metabolism, muscle mass, cognition, hormones, everything about aging. And I want to just let you know, the most dangerous habit of all, you might not think of this as a habit, but let's think about it, is ignoring yourself. The worst habit ever, ignoring yourself. That's how women wake up one day feeling disconnected from their bodies, their joy, and their power. And they think it's just aging. It's not. You got disconnected. I'm here to help you get connected again, ladies, because you know what? Aging can be amazing. I have to say, doing the work over the last many, many years, this is, takes a while, but it is so well worth it. I feel younger than I ever have, and I am pushing the big 70. So I hope this framework is resonating with you, because I want to be really honest. Reading Atomic Habits by James Clear is really a powerful start, and I highly recommend it. James Clear gives language and structure to what so many of us feel intuitively. Ladies, I want to tell you something. You've got incredible knowledge in yourself, in your soul, in your spirit. That's called intuition. And that can come out more and more as you get older. You have to just tap into it. And we can do that together. But, insight and intuition alone doesn't always create all the transformation you want. But support does, reflection does, and being seen does. This is why I do the work I do, because I want women to be seen. I want them to get the support they need. I'm not giving advice. I'm just supporting them through a journey where they find their own magnificence and their own power and the own habits they want to do. But by doing this, you'll be ready to stop starting over. You'll be able to build habits that respect your body and your nervous system. And you will be able to age with strength, clarity, and self-trust. And do this alongside women who get it. So I invite you to work with me, because this is what I am dedicated to. And that's why I do the private coaching, of course. But if you want to join that upcoming women's group, I think I heard from the previous group that that's what they loved the best about taking these courses was the group, because they got to share their challenges, share what they were working on, and they were in the presence of other like-minded women who are going through the same thing. Because we don't want to, sometimes we feel alone out there, don't we, ladies? Okay, we're doing all, you give me all these things to do, but I still need more connection. I do have to say, ladies, though, that getting connected to yourself does take some solitude. It does, we can't run from ourselves. We do have to do that work. But I invite you to join work with me at any time. So I want you to also remember, it's not about doing more. It's about choosing yourself consistently, compassionately, and consciously. So, in closing, I'd like to just say small habits may seem insignificant, but over time they become your health, they become your confidence, and they become your future. And you're not too old to change. You are right on time. So if this episode spoke to you, share it with a woman who needs to hear it, please, ladies. And remember, don't let the old lady in. And I will see you next time.